back, everybody. Vlog number 2 on the res. We're back down. I haven't got the rods out yet, as you can see. Look at that. Classic. Proper carpy little net station I made. I've set up all the rods, new leaders, new rigs, obviously fresh hook baits. Everything's clipped up to the spot. I'm going to stick a load of bait out and sit on it. It's well, by the time you guys see this vlog, it would have been my birthday, so this is my birthday session, so fingers crossed for a birthday whacker. It's a full moon this weekend as well, and even though full moons are supposed to be good, if you've watched my vlogs for a while, I've never done too well on them, so hopefully the birthday luck will come into play. But yeah, we're going to get the rods out now, and we'll see you in a minute. Right, just quickly before we put the rods out, this is the mix I'm using. A lot of particles. I wanted some small bits and bobs because obviously the cray's in here and the birds like to dive a lot in here, so I wanted some bits that would stick around that aren't too easy to find. There's a lot of Atlantic heat whole boilies, as you can see, and there's loads of crushed ones as well. This has been sort of fermenting and gelling together, so to speak, for easily a week now. It absolutely pongs. So yeah, that's hopefully going to do the business this time around. We're going to stick a load out and then stick the rods over the top. Got a little pathway I've made just in case I get run. Fingers crossed for a bite. It looks like it's going to rain, so let's get this done quickly. See you in a bit. Right, we're back. As you can see, the rods are all out. I've spent probably about 3-4 hours mucking about, clearing some weed and getting the rods out. I'm using 2 back leads. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea, but yeah, just in case this bit of weed there drifts over. Just want everything pinned down. I don't want to have to keep redoing my rods if a big wind picks up, but they do look proper nice. Excuse the state of this. Look at the mess. How was your splay, mate? Well, it's safe to say you could park a plane in there, so I'm gonna have no trouble playing a fish and getting out, and I'm not gonna trip over things like anchors and stuff like I did last week. Alrighty, I'm gonna have some food and relax for a bit. Hopefully we'll come back to you with a fish. Right, so I'm practically at war at the minute with this floating scum weed, whatever it is. I got a bit annoyed, so yeah. Try cover my lines now. Haven't seen anything. The spot hasn't slicked up either, but if we're gonna go on what happened last time, I didn't get any action or a take until the last morning, so it's just a case of, I guess, building up the swim and seeing what happens. See how it goes. We'll keep you updated. I'm gonna cook some dinner now and chill out because I'm sweating, so we'll see you soon. Right, we are going into the first evening, and my spom's just come off. Not as I'm casting, not as I've hit the clip, but as I'm reeling it in. Random. Yeah, that's a pain, so I'll have to wind in tomorrow and pop to a tackle shop. Absolute mare. Don't know why it's done that. Maybe a pike bit it off or something, I don't know. Weird. So yeah, that's no fun. Wanted to put a bit more bait out tonight, but that's gonna have to wait. So I'm gonna have a strop and I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. As you can see, there's a clean cut through that. Fun times. Got some sweet chili beef burgers. Looking forward to these. Still dead here. Still having a strop because of the spod. But my mate Ross is going to come and save the day in the morning. Right guys, I will catch you in the morning unless I catch a fish. Right, we'll see you in a bit. Little update everyone, I've just had a fish. Yeah, it's not a carp. No, I just had a bream. It's the first bream I've had in I can't even remember how long. It was huge. I ain't gonna weigh it because I don't want everything stinking of bream, but it was massive. It must have been about 13, 14 pound. It was massive. So yeah, I'm not going to bother putting that rod back out just in case there's more down there. Obviously the middle and the right rod, it was the left rod that went. Those two rods are still there, which is a bit of a pain in case, because usually bream, they're shoal fish. So yeah, I'm not going to put that rod back out. Plus it's dark and I'm fishing at quite a distance, so I don't want to potentially cast over another rod or whatever. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the morning, hopefully with a carp and not another blooming bream. Stupid things. Right, as you can see guys, I've got no rods in the water, and trust me, that is not because I've had a banging session and caught on all three. It's baking hot out there, so I'm going to rest the spot for a bit. Big full moon tonight, so as soon as I can I'm going to get some bait out a bit later on this afternoon, stick the rods out, and fingers crossed for a bite tonight. But in the meantime I'm going to rake this weed again. There's a lot coming up, well, coming down here from up that way, so yeah, going to clear that again. This side stayed put, this bit's drifted towards me a little bit, so I'm going to pull it into the margins more, and hopefully resting the spot will allow either the crays, bream, carp, tench or whatever, catfish, to have a bit of a free munch, clear the spot a bit more for me, ready for some more bait later on. So let's get cracking and we'll catch up in a bit. Oi oi boy. Well, we've got the weed cleared a bit, rods are out, ham and cheese toasty on the go. Well, it's just cooling down. Still quite warm, so I'm not really expecting anything in a minute, to be fair. It's just going to be a case of getting a bait out for tonight. Hopefully they get on this moon phase. Well, they probably will, but most likely not for me. Hey ho, let's eat this food and see you in a bit. Bit of an update. We had a weird occurrence on the left rod. A couple of bleeps and then the bobbin pinged off and it started taking line, so thinking sweet, I'm into a fish here. Brung back absolutely nothing, which is weird. I don't know if there's a fish, maybe a trailer, I'm guessing. I'm using a heavy lead, so I can't imagine a crayfish, even though the hook bait was chewed up a little bit, but I can't imagine a crayfish would take line and be able to move a 4.5 ounce lead. So maybe an aborted take or a trailing fish. I can imagine a trailing fish, because I didn't feel anything on the end. It was more sort of midway through and then just nothing there. Bit of a shame. But yeah, it is what it is. It's how it goes sometimes. I'm not going to do that rod until I've put some more bait out once Ross gets here. So what I'll do is whip up some dinner now quickly, sort out Bear's food as well. When Ross is here, stick some bait out, and then we'll come back to you guys. Evening everyone. Right, we've got the rods out, we've got some bait out, and thank you to Ross. If you're watching this, I love you to bits. You have saved my session, you really have. He brought me 2, which is perfect. So yeah, the rods are out, bait's out, weather's looking spot on, fingers crossed for a bite. Gonna make some dinner now. Bear's in the bad books, in the real bad books. Whilst I'm out putting some bait out, he decides to, on this little food bag I've got, is zipped across the top. I left it the slightest bit open, and he's put his face in it, opened it, and do you know the family packs of wafer thin honey roast ham? I'd had literally 3 little slivers I had earlier for a toasty, and he's eaten the whole lot. So yeah, he's in my bad books. He's gonna have such a bad tummy. Last night it was so bad, he farted in his sleep, and he woke up, looked at me and went, it was almost as give me dirty, so he thought I did it, and went back to sleep. And tonight it's going to be a nightmare. He's going to stink the place out, he's going to gas me out. Oof. But hey ho, big full moon buzz tonight. See if we can catch one, fingers crossed we do. Pray to Carp Jesus. Right, we will catch up with you later. Right, so we've had a little change of tactics. the middle and the right rod, every time I've brung them in, has had a bit of that blanket candy flossy sort of weed on it, and seeing how that behaves underwater, if a wind kicks up, it's just going to coat and cover everything, and I'm not going to be fishing effectively. So I've moved the middle rod just to the right of the left rod, and the right rod I've moved to the right a bit more, sort of towards the same area I caught last week from the swim to the right. So stuck a bit more bait out, got some decent drops actually, not too soft, brung them back, no blanket weed, so happy days. And I think that's potentially why my left rod's been the only one that I've been even getting the bream on, because I think the other two have just not been fishing properly, which is a bit of a pain, but at least we've rectified it and we've got tonight to sort of have a fish if possible. Well, have a carp, not a fish, just want a carp. Don't want another bream. So yeah, that's that. It's looking a lot better today. The wind it's changed direction, it was blowing down the other end. Still moody, loads of cloud cover. So hopefully we can have a carp. But if not, it's nice to be out anyway. And this lake's rock hard, so every session I come down, I'm not going to expect to catch. I haven't seen anything. Everyone I've spoken to hasn't seen anything. It's not an easy lake, by all means. Really not. But we have some confidence we're going to catch one. Right, it's time for some lunch, and I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Right, that's the bait out. I've kept a little bit just in case I get a bite, so I can top up afterwards. Let's see what happens. It's looking absolutely cock on for it. What do you reckon, Bear? Right, I'll give you a bed and you don't even use it properly. Pain. Oh well. Fingers crossed. Right everyone, last night tonight. See how it goes. I'll tell you what, since the wind's calmed down, it is looking mega. I've seen so much activity, especially over the right rod. Come on you fish. Put your comments below which one you reckon it's going to be. Left, middle or right. As if it happens anyway. Right, I'll catch up with you lovely bunch in the morning. Morning, you lovely bunch. Obviously we've blanked so far. Making a bit of brekkie. Got some Bramley apple sausages. Bangers. Literally. So yeah, by the time I've made this, chilled out for an hour or two and ate it, if nothing happens, we're going to wind the rods in and call it a day. Get back home, get ready for the birthday. Right, fingers crossed we'll come back to you with a fish before then, but if not, we'll see you soon. Right everyone, that is it from me. Unfortunately, no fish this time around, but it's going to happen on a lake like this, and a lake this big and a lake this difficult. So yeah, there's always next time. I'll be down in a couple of days. Hopefully get in the same spots and see what happens. But thank you again guys for watching. I've just checked and my last videos hit over 10k views, which is absolutely amazing. So thank you for the support. Fingers crossed we can get this one to that high as well. I'll leave a link for my last video up here if you haven't seen it already, and also a subscribe button in the middle. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you on the next one.